This is Justin AMZN on Tuesday, May 28th, 2019. We're looking at the pre-market here. Looks like we're gapping up a little bit, maybe trapping some bears in here from Friday. Looking to see if we can hold this 1830 area here with resistance here, here. Um, from the pre-market on Friday, this was somewhat of a resistance that got broken through, and then we collapsed, and we've been below it since. So starting out a little bit above it makes sense, and then maybe a run up to 1841.30. Or if just a bunch more bearish comes in, we'll just continue to push lower. We've done here and here. But it seems like we've made a low, a higher low, and we'll make a higher low today as well. And then we have a high and a lower high. It's all it has to do is bump up above a tiny bit to make a higher high, which may not be all entirely bullish. It may look bullish, but if we get a bullish candle today after two bearish candles, I mean, that's just kind of setting up for a bit of a trap for bulls thinking this thing's going to go up, and maybe it goes up a little bit. Maybe it keeps on going. If it keeps on going, then we'll rally from here, but we'll see kind of how things open up and see what the chart tells us. So open up, and we got a nice hammer, pretty big, puts in a low at 1827.35. So it does come into this range, but the close isn't down here. It's way up here. So far it's holding 1830. That works. Next we move up, and we're almost, okay, there we go. Made a higher high and a higher low in 15 minutes. This candle is not totally strongly bullish. It's a bullish candle, it's positive, but much longer upper wick than the lower wick. Makes a higher high, but it's more of a reversal candle. So let's see what happens. We should pull back a little bit, maybe. Okay, inside candle. Nope, that's breaking out. Okay, so 25 minutes of buying. That means bulls are coming to the party. They're pushing this up. They think that they're trapping some bears here who have just been holding on the way down, and this may be hitting stops of some bears from even Friday or the day before, and this is getting tough for some of the bears if they're going to hold on to this as it goes up a little bit more. We may see some more short covering as they buy. So step in a little bit more. Okay, we have a pullback, bearish candle, first bearish candle we've had of the day. Here we go. We have this time a hammer on a support. Looks a little different than this one. Now, I don't really like that these two are about the same location. The highs and lows are a little different, but they're kind of bookending this bit of a evening star reversal. So we'll see if we can continue to push up from this hammer, but I'm cautiously bullish at this point. Okay, higher high, higher low. Pull back a little bit. Okay, now this is starting to look like a very small double top. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Very small double top, comes down to the 21 and comes down almost to this resistance. Let's see if we get into 1835 right here. Some small inside candles. There we go. Bigger pullback. Not only are we getting at 1835, we're actually pulling back down to kind of this pre-market breakout. Bullish, retesting that. So that's a nice lower wick. Again, it's similar to a hammer. The buy is a little bit too low. It'd be nice to see a little bit higher. Then you'd have a 2 to 1 wick to body. So this is a nice sell-off here, but we don't push below this low, and all it takes is one bullish engulfing candle, which we're getting. And the low here and the open are, let's see, the low and the open are 4 cents apart. So it's very strongly bullish. Lower volume. See if we can move up. Indecision candle, inside candle, bullish engulfing, starts to break out. Okay, so this could be it. I could just keep running. I like the S-curve shape in this. I just don't know how much more it'll go up because you got some resistances here from the previous couple days right here. I mean, we're slightly above yesterday's as well, or Friday's with this wick. So anyway, getting the squeeze starting to form. Makes sense if things kind of consolidate here. Yep, there's another Unistart reversal. Okay, this is smaller, or I'm sorry, this is a bigger S curve. There's a smaller S curve. Pulling back to the 21, which this one didn't quite hold. This one's holding. But with the ladder here, maybe you'd get half an hour going up. Not sure. All right, moving along a little bit. Just looks like we're just holding this resistance here, and we're making some higher lows. So it has the potential to break out, but I really would have wanted to see it break out by now. Just like we had a bearish breakdown in the first hour, or the signals pointing to that kind of in the first hour, and here we are a couple hours in, and we're still not just moving. Moving more aggressively. We're kind of consolidating this ascending triangle. And there we go. Nice little pennant breakout. A lot of noobs are getting on here. A lot of new traders are getting on here, and looks like if it does do this, it should pull back some, at least down to like the lows here, ideally to 1841.30. So let's see what happens. Moves up, sideways, and then some smaller candles. I like that. This should totally break out bullish right here. A really nice consolidation. Last time we had kind of a triangular consolidation. The 5 was something like this, where we broke down. Don't really have that clean of a shape on anymore. I mean, this one a little bit, but this is kind of some in general lower highs and even lows, or relatively even lows. This one was sitting right at the height of this one. This one's a little bit lower, but you're pulling into a support or a resistance right here, and it seems to be holding. So let's step in the rest of the day and see. Immediately we get some breakdown. I like these candles, in fact, the fact that they're doing some sort of like a double bottom. You have to look at a smaller time frame to see it, but the squeeze is forming. We get some volume spikes bearish here, lower here. So the question is really, what's it going to do? It really should break out bullish, but if it breaks down, I mean, it should move well past 1841, because this is just really consolidated here. So let's see what happens. First move is bullish, up. Okay, there you go. First move is bullish. You can be in that bullish already, or you can be waiting for a bit of a pullback here and a bounce, like an S curve. As this sits right now, there's an evening star reversal here, some smaller bearish candles to kind of round it over. And so it's a question of, are we going to see something like this again, bearish candles, then does end up breaking out? Or are we going to see something a little bigger, like a rollover, like we saw here, these candles that will roll down, something over here too. I just don't have it on the screen. So keep on stepping through the day, and it looks like we're starting to roll back down. Now, let me show this. At this point, you got some lower highs, higher lows, and we're just kind of going sideways. We got the squeeze forming, then we start to break down. Nice breakdown right into 1841.30. Let's see, 1841.32 is the low that I put in here. So really close to the line. Looks like it's sitting right in the line. Who's going to care about the 2 cents there? It looks like it could start to bounce. There's some bulls coming in right here. It's not entirely looking that strong and bullish. You got a triangle here that breaks out, double retests, and can't get going higher. It's starting to actually break down. So at this point, and maybe earlier, probably earlier, you could have had an idea that this is going to turn. And that's really what starts to happen here. The rest of the day, it just turned back down. Now, the last little bit, last 15 minutes of the day, it actually was getting brought up. We held the low of the day. We crossed back through this this price area here, 1830. What was it? Here, 1832, something like that. So that's kind of how things played out today. Nice rollover here. There were signals here saying, hey, this is going to go a little lower. There's this amazing retest back up to the high almost, and then it just didn't work. So anyway, if we jump into some calls, we can see that right out the gate. We had some opportunities to get into some calls. This is the 1875 calls, and they didn't trade that great. I mean, had you been watching this, you could have been getting in like maybe even setting up something divided by 4, but the low down here is 375. So that doesn't quite fit the $100 risk. If you wait too long, it's already on its way, and then you're waiting for a pullback. So the pullback here was a good opportunity to get into calls as it started to bounce, but these just kind of drifted higher. As the options move, they're just losing a lot of premium. We're already on Tuesday, and so any kind of rollback like this is it's just taking away some premium too. So you're not seeing any distinct line. It's just kind of slowly drifting up because it's going towards the money. But as soon as it stops, it just plummets. So and then looking at the puts, let's say you were getting into puts up here on this candle, 1245. Let's see what happens at 1245. Yep, it starts to bottom out here and doesn't really show it on the option chart, but it does show just a higher low here, which corresponds to a lower high here, and basically this becoming a retest. And so the question is just, would you have ridden that down all the way? And likely taking some profits here at 130 right in here. That would have only gone up maybe an R. So the better of two would have been to just tighten your stop or just set your target way out. In this case, the target was this level again over here, but nothing really pointing to where this is going to stop here. So we'll see tomorrow if we can gap up again, get above this. But the stage is really set on the daily that if we gap down, we should see more bearishness come in, some bigger candles. So this looks similar here in a 5-minute where we rolled back down, and there's some opportunities to go lower with this over here. We've already got the downtrend framework. We'll just see if we can pull back a little bit, retest back up. That's just going to hit. So which way we go? It's a nice small indecision candle. We're going to go bullish, bearish. Let's see what the chart says tomorrow. And I'll be back tomorrow with another look at Amazon. Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Justin, Amazon. Thanks.